We're finally free of October, everyone. I can finally wake up knowing that I won't have a heart attack that day. Every day I woke up, I was thinking to myself, like, maybe I should update my will, just in case. Not that I wouldn't. I mean, I still have to. But I was thinking to myself, yeah, like maybe I should let people know before I stream, because I usually only tell my wife. I was like, if you don't hear from me from like the next I don't know 16 hours, it means I've died of a heart attack live on stream, and you have to go to this channel, okay? But before you call 911, please like and subscribe. Hello, everyone. Good morning. Sorry, I just woke up. I've been very busy, and also very distraught. But now, few things are good. Okay. Yes, I will be talking about the World Series. It was a very sad time. I'll also be trying to practice something that I've been putting into practice, which is I'm not doing it well, but I'm supposed to be practicing softer voice. So I was told by a doctor that a lot of the reasons why my throat hurts is because of my way of speech. My way of speech is very, very strong. It's very, very powerful, but it's like me yelling at all times. So they were like, yeah, you should probably just not do that and go to speech therapy. So I was like, okay, well, how much does it cost, right? You know what speech therapy costs? I didn't know this. I got free speech therapy as a child because I studied and I still stutter, so it didn't work. But let me tell you, it's pretty expensive. It's an assessment is $255. If they can't tell what I need when I talk to them over the phone, I feel like there's no reason for me to show up. So there's no way that they're supposed to charge me $255. Because I'm thinking to myself, if I call in for an appointment to book an appointment, you should hear what's going on. It's literally your job. That's like the first contact. If they don't say in the phone, hey, I know exactly what you need, $50, come in tomorrow, I don't want to be there, okay? But then the treatment itself for 60 minutes is 170, let's say, and that's for kids. That's for kids, all right? Thank God it was free for me because as an adult, it's crazy. So now speaking in an ASMR voice, not an ASMR voice, but definitely one that's more normal to what I usually sound like. Because I did notice that my way of speech was very, very it was very, very, very coded in some way. I think I accidentally picked up some speech patterns from streaming, which is weird. I think I picked it up because I was watching other streamers, and I have this really bad problem where I tend to pick up other people's speech patterns. I don't know if you know this, but every time I stream with others, I slowly I start to morph into them. It's a major problem where like because I'm so used to I guess copying other people to play with their voice and to see like what they sound like. I'm very used to the idea of taking their voice and taking all their speech patterns and then almost trying to replicate it because it's like a fun thing for me to do that I sort of do it subconsciously now, and so my voice ends up being completely different. But when I listen to myself talk, when I record myself talking to myself, I sound very different. I want to say that I sound kind of like this, and I just kind of go very monotone, I'm very quiet. I'm just a very normal person. I'm just a guy, you know what I mean? I'm just a cool guy. I'm not sorry. Sorry. The image didn't load, sorry. I'm a cool guy meme image. Okay, the one that I have is probably in the wrong format because now it just sounds like I'm narcissistic. Now it just sounds like I'm narcissistic, sorry. Okay, whatever. I have to download the file and then find it and then open it up and then the meme is dead by that point. Hello, chat. I also need to stop yelling less. I also need to start yelling less, but I don't think that's possible. Speaking of, okay, so a couple things, right? One, World Series. That was the worst thing ever. Hello, chat. Hello. Because I've never been so crushed in my entire life. No, I'm just kidding. I've been crushed before. I've been rejected for a job. The World Series, again, if you don't watch baseball, it was Toronto Blue. I don't remember the team names. It was Toronto versus some other team, and the other team, I think it was the Dodgers. The reason why I don't remember, so I was talking to the mod last night. I was talking to her, and she was like, "How do you find books that you want to read if you don't remember the names of the authors as well as the books, right?" Because she's firing off the names of books and the authors like rapid fire, and I'm like, wow, how do you know this? And then she's like, but I mean, you don't? How do you choose books? And I was like, I don't know, I just kind of go there and I read a couple pages, and I think if it's good to me, then I read it. I don't even check Goodreads. I don't even check like online sites. I just go. I just think to myself, is it a good book based on what it's trying to do? Then I go, all right, it's good enough for me, which is crazy because I feel like, okay, we also had this discussion. God, there's so many different things. Anyway, so two baseball teams, okay? We were so close to winning, and then it was like 4-1, 3-point lead. How does the other team get three solo home runs, and then we get a double a double play for us to lose? Like, that's insanity. In overtime, so we lose in overtime. We're down by 1 point, and the camera pans to the crowd, and it's by far the funniest thing ever because when we were 4-1, everybody was like, "Yes, we might be able to beat them. We might be able to sign Shohei Ohtani tomorrow, right?" And me and my friends, we were saying like the city might be alive, like for the first time in maybe the entire year, if we happen to win this, right? And then first solo home run takes up to 2-4. People, like half the crowd, stop talking, and you can just see people close their eyes. Second solo home run to take it to 3-4. Like, most of the crowd has now closed their eyes and then is like now looking away. Sports. Okay, solo home run is when you get a home run and there's nobody on bases. So baseball is three bases. I mean, four technically if you count the first base, but like the first base is. The fourth base is like the final base, so it's like once you touch it, you're out of the game because you scored. So it doesn't really. Anyways, so if somebody's standing waiting on a base and you hit a home run, they also get to go, and then they count as a point. If no one's standing but you hit a home run, it's a solo home run. And they did it 3 times. The Dodgers, they did it 3 times, and as soon as the score was tied, like everybody knew. One, it's crazy because this is when I learned that my friends are really into sports betting, and I was like, "You guys have a problem." Listen. You can live your life however you want. It doesn't affect me. But you know what does affect me? If you don't have any fucking money for us to go hang out or to play the games, if you don't have even like $15 to buy Peak, I don't know how to help you. But you shouldn't be sports betting, right? But anyways, so that's when I realized that everyone was sports betting, and my friend he was like, "You know what? I'm keeping my bet on the Dodgers." Like the first home run, he was like, "You know what? I'm keeping my bet on the Dodgers." And then we were all clowning him because we were like, "Why did you bet on the Dodgers anyways?" And then he was like, "One, if they win, I win money. If they lose, I win prestige because I'm from the city of Toronto." And I was like, "Okay, well, I mean, I get it, but like, you can't play with the loopholes like this, okay? Prestige doesn't pay the bills." Anyways, so that was a disaster. And then Worlds is going on in League of Legends. Okay, so esports now, and T1 is currently cooking up a storm. It's crazy. And what's crazy is that I feel like Worlds coverage this year is basically dead. I don't see a single bit of Worlds coverage this year. Like even usually they would take over the entire top spot of Twitch, let's say, but like it's been super quiet for some reason. And also the subreddit for some reason put in a new rule where they don't discuss the live games anymore. So it's like you won't even know. But they've been posting memes about what's been happening, and T1 is on a roll. One of their players first timed a champion live on the world stage in the semifinals for game 5, and so it's like 2-2. They need one more win or loss to like move forward or get kicked out of the entire thing. Okay, like this is like the tournament, and he just first times it. And what's crazy is that he didn't even want to. It was his team. his team. They were like, "Yeah, don't worry. The champion's really easy. You can do it, man. Live on a world stage globally." And nobody knew until after they played, okay? Nobody knew until after they played, and they played the comms back. Because what they do is they play the player comms when they're finished. And the player comms was like Faker, which is like, probably the greatest of all time players in League of Legends esports. And then the rest of the team clowning on the one guy on the team, okay? Including the coach. The coach is getting in on this. And they're clowning on him, saying, "Hey, it's not that hard. Just like play it." And he goes for it. So I have so many mixed feelings about so many different things. Like on the one hand, I'm sad. On the other hand, I'm happy because there's like a it feels like a comeback run for T1, and it's like, oh shit. And also, like, the comeback runs are just so funny to me because it's like, why would you do that, like, on a world stage? But also, I was thinking to myself, imagine you're a player on the other team because you don't get to hear the comms, right? And so the way that they played was the champion that he chose, Dr. Window, is very well known for being able to go level 1 and like invade the enemy jungle, which is weird because like the jungle is a very specific role within League of Legends where it's always there, and they were going and it usually they would invade and then kill the other jungler with the team, so the enemy team was ready for it, but they didn't do it. Okay, so they didn't do the invade. Why? He was standing still, and the comms was, "What does the skill do again?" So usually during the time when he would invade on that champion, he was reading the skills to figure out what the fuck they do. And it's like, and again, the enemy team doesn't get to see any of this. From their perspective, they were like, oh shit, why is he pulling this champion out? It's such a good counter. He must know how to play it, right? No, man, first time. But imagine losing, which they did. So like they lost to a dude who first timed this champion in a very key role, the jungle, which usually dictates things like, you know, pacing in terms of getting major objectives, as well as ganking other lanes. So it's like, what do you do? Like, at that point, I would quit. I would quit. And what's funny is that teams are mirrored in terms of roles, right? So both teams have a jungle player. The other jungle player is a legitimately good jungler and was playing one of their champions that they were really good on. And somehow they still lost. It's pretty impressive, actually. Game 5 of a world's game 5. And I'm like, what is going on? What is happening to? And these are not bad teams, right? AL is like a top class team. Same with T1. And I'm like, what is going on? Anyways, there's I think the other World Finals game is happening. This is like the finals now. I think it's happening on November 9th. So November 9th, Sunday. It's KT versus T1, which is like a run back to like they've met many times on the final stage. So I'll probably be streaming then. But no, wait, it's a 2 a.m. Fuck. Okay, fine. I'll just watch it at 2 a.m. and I'll wake up for a stream. It doesn't matter. I'm free the next 2 weeks. So I'm free the next 2 weeks. Again, there's nothing happening. Everything's done. I've done all my chores. I've done everything. I've been good. So I just got really tired. So sorry about that. So the reason why I was gone, because of the World Series, I was like, okay, I'll just sleep in for one day. And then it was Halloween, and then you know, I wasn't sure if my family was doing anything, so I was like, okay, I'll just leave it free just in case, because I don't want to leave midstream to go help out my family. But we didn't do anything. It was actually funny because like multiple kids came by our house, and my dad, who was like, again, this dude came from Vietnam on a boat escaping the war, right? So it's like, he opens the door and he's like, what do you want, huh? No candy, no. He's like, and then I go upstairs and I was like, Dad, no, it's Halloween, stop. Dad, stop, it's Halloween, no. And all the kids are like, oh, sorry. I'm like, oh shit, I don't know how to, like, what's crazy is, right, it's not his first year in Canada. He's been here for like 30 years. But we used to live so poorly, because we used to be so poor that the places that we lived, like, we would be the ones going out trick-or-treating to get candy for the rest of the year. You know what I mean? Like, this is the first, like, year where we had the ability to, like, give candy out, and we didn't even buy candy. So it's like, because I used to do it with my wife by ourselves. And then it's like, but then for my family, it's like the first time that, like, you know, we've all collectively had enough to, like, to get in on it. And it was just so funny to me because he's like, no. I was like, no, please, no, Dad, please. Oh, man. But yeah, so I was like, okay, keep my schedule free just in case, because you never really know, right? Good thing too, because it's like, you know, I don't want these kids to be traumatized. It's like, no, you can come for Halloween, just not this year. We didn't get any candy because we forgot. And then, I mean, after that, it was just like busyness, just like things happening. Had to go to like doctor's appointments and stuff. So yeah, sorry about that, but I'm back now. It's nice to get like a week-long break too, though, because I get to get a new perspective on my life. And you know what the new perspective is? You can kind of tell from my stream title. I've been going down a lot of my different interests in my life. I'm not a furry. I'm just saying that, like, I like to read about things, and it for the first time, I actually had time to read a bunch of things, because we were waiting in the doctor's in like the hospital for like 2 or 3 hours, and then the doctor came in, did the checkup in like 10 minutes, and then was like, okay, go home. And I was like, all right. So, you know, like things like that, there's a lot of time to, like, I don't know, just like check things out, talk to people, hang out. And let me tell you, I I think I've solidified my stance on streaming. If you don't want to live your life more than you want to stream, I don't think you can be a good streamer. Because let me tell you, all the things that I'm telling you right now, all the thoughts that I have in my head aren't possible if you only do streaming. Like you have to be able, like you have to love life so much that streaming feels like a drag and is taking you away from the rest of life. Because that's the honestly, that's the only thing worth doing. I'm like, I don't even know if it's worth it to like stream. Because I was, to be honest with you, I was dreading coming here. But there's a lot of cool things that I want to show you. But today's going to be a very normal day. But yeah, so next 2 weeks, sus. No candy, no. Next 2 weeks, I'll be free. Probably not for Mondays, but I don't really know if my wife and I are gonna go on a date. We're gonna try to hit up Eastside Mario's because I found out that Eastside Mario's is also unlimited pasta. I didn't understand what it was. I thought it was just soup and salad, but it's also unlimited pasta, which is crazy to me because I love pasta. So we'll see how it goes. But if not, then I'll be on basically for the next 2 weeks, and we'll be doing a lot of really fun things I've been waiting to do. We have a lot of unfinished games from Halloween, so unfortunately I still have to play the horror games at some point, but I get to take a much slower pace. And as I announced in the Discord, it's no November. Some of you are sinking the ship. Okay, the ship is full of nut. And we're sinking. Okay, we are going too far one direction. I need everyone else to abstain. Okay, abstain until next week. I don't know when exactly. I'm still trying to figure out the date and time. Next week will be the adult game stream. It won't be on Twitch. I need to remind all of you. It will not be on Twitch. If it ever goes on Twitch, we will be instantly banned. Okay, this is not a Gune session. Okay, I will not be jerking it. You please do not jerk it as well. Do not come until I finish the stream. Do not come. Sure, do not come. I will make a live 2D that tracks both of my hands. We just need someone to put the black boxes live. I was thinking about that, right? Because I was thinking to myself, if I do it fast enough, they won't care. Like, how many times have I shown titty on the stream? Surprisingly, far more than than one should. Like I've shown titty basically consistently, and it's always been like it's never been a surprise to me because I search things like, oh yeah, Korean boobs, and then I'm surprised by like boobs showing up, right? So it's like, you know, I don't really know what I expect, but I don't expect titty on YouTube, but for some reason it always shows up, right? So I'm thinking to myself, yeah, maybe if we do it fast enough, nobody will know, because it's like I've shown titty on stream. I've shown vagina on stream. I've shown penis on the stream. Not mine. None of these are mine. They just keep showing up, right? So I'm thinking to myself, if we do it fast enough, they probably won't get me. So it could be possible. I'm not doing my calm down. Smooth, steady, normal voice. Sure, normal voice. They just keep showing up. Sure. I don't know what's happening. Everywhere I look, there's titties everywhere. Why is my keyboard typing hot naked boobs? Yeah, sometime next week will be the adult game stream. So it's not a Goonie session. It's just some really weird adult games that I found that I'm like, we have to play this. What's funny is that you probably will not be horny for me playing any of these. You'll probably be stressed out, or you'll probably be laughing your ass off, because these are like really genuinely strange games that like, it's like, it's one of the things that makes me hate the puritanical state of society, because I'm thinking to myself, if comedy involves like a penis and like a vagina and then boobs, right? It doesn't mean that it's not comedy. It doesn't mean that all of a sudden it's porn. No, it's still comedy. It's still funny. Let me laugh at it with other people live while the pants are off. Is that such a problem? No, we're all consenting adults here. Come on. Anyways, so yeah. However, I was thinking of multi-streaming. I was gonna try to multi-stream it, and what I was gonna do was on the Twitch side, it gets a blur filter, a very heavy pixelated blur filter, right? So it's like super pixelated, super blurred, and then on the other side, which is it's gonna be because we only found out recently that you can live stream on OnlyFans, right? It's gonna be like the full image, right? But imagine you come in as a Twitch viewer and you're like, what the fuck is this? And you're like, why is it like, why are these 2 pixels doing like a thrusting motion? Twitch is just a black screen with questionable audio. I actually wanted to do that as a bit at some point because chat was asking me to play Orc Massage. And I was thinking to myself, yeah, that'd be funny. It'd be funny if I did it on Twitch. And it'd be funnier if I did it with only the audio. Because at least with a massage game, you hear the noise of like the body parts. Like you hear the like squelching, the sliding, the like, the like moaning, like oh, and then the orc going like oh, and then they're like clapping, like, which I think would be funny, right? But the problem is that then I have to live commentate the sex like I'm an esports caster. It's like he's taking off his pants and now his penis is inside her. She's moaning. She's going crazy for it. She loves the feeling of his penis deep inside of her. And oh, he nutted. Oh, it dribbled. It didn't spurt. It dribbled. It was a disaster. You know what I mean? So it's like, I don't know if I want to do that. I would like, because this is the thing, right? Nice thrust, very consistent motion. They've been practicing a long time and they're really showing up this season. But the thing is, right? This is something that I have to get you all to think about. This is what it sounds like to my neighbors. Whoa! The penis, it's just going in and out. It's just sliding. Oh my god! So, my neighbors don't hear any of this. It's going through my headphones. Everything's going through my headphones. So, if my neighbor ever happens to walk by my window, they're just going to hear me talking about, like the hardcore sex that's happening on my screen. And they already think I'm weird. So it's like, but they're going to think I'm even more weird because they don't hear any sex. They just think, like, to them, you know how, like, some people, like, can do it without seeing, the goods? Like, I'd be, like, because, like, I respect the person who jerks off silently. I also respect the person who jerks off to porn publicly. Because it's like, at least you're using something and you're not really bothering other people, and it's, kind of normal. I don't respect the person who has to do live RP in order to jerk off. And that's what I'm going to sound like. I'm going to sound like somebody who's doing live RP to jerk off. And I don't know if I want to do that, okay? You mean, it doesn't sound much different from what I say on normal streams. You're wrong. You're wrong. Yeah. I've been, you know what? We're going to do a family-friendly stream, okay? Holy shit. Chat. What if I do like a Mr. Rogers impression while I stream Orc Massage and stuff? But like black screen, only audio. If I do black screen, only audio, and I do a Mr. Rogers or a Bob Ross impression the entire time. Holy shit. What if we watch porn? Wait. Porn watching stream where instead of, where like you only hear the porn, but I pause it and I paint the porn. So I go into Vermilion, which is the VR painting game, and I paint the scene for you, and I'm like, oh yeah, this is how it is, but I do it in a Bob Ross style, so it's like nice and cozy. So it's like cozy. It's like my cozy comfort porn. just make every sex thing a food metaphor. They'll think that I'm studying to be a chef. Man, they're really glazing this donut. Oh my god, there's chocolate sauce everywhere. It's like, whoa, what does that mean? Anyways, there's a lot of ideas that I've been like floating around. I've been thinking like, yeah, we could do like a black screen. I really want to do a blurred screen because I think it's gonna be funny, right? Because it's like you can kind of make out what's going on, but like you can't prove it. You know what I mean? It's one of those things where it's like I could change the category to like Barbie's horse adventure, and then you see the blurred screen, and you're like, these horses are running way too fast, right? And then it's like, but you can't prove it, which I think is funnier than having the black screen where it's like, oh, you know what's going on. I like skirting the line with a little bit of like questionable doubt because I think it adds to the comedy, because then it's like, okay, now you have to convince me that I'm doing something wrong, not I have to convince you that I'm doing something right. Because that's the thing, right? When you think about like these power dynamics, okay, I want you to understand that the only way to win in a power dynamic game is you have to convince the other person that they're wrong. So what this means is, If I play a game black screen only audio and it's a porn game, you know what I'm doing. If I play a game that's a blurred screen, so pixelated that you can barely even tell, and there's audio, you have to be the one to prove to me that this is porn. Like, how can you prove it? What? Because of the audio? Oh yeah. How about this song? You know what I mean? And then I played like an explicit song from I don't know, from or actually recent examples are from the Tame Impala album. Where he talks about wanting to be inside of someone's room, and he loves to be inside of their room, and he finds it to be like a piece of heaven. And I'm like, yeah, that's cool and all, but also like, aren't you like a father now? And I'm like, I don't know if like I want to like hear this from you. You know what I mean? So yeah, there's a lot of things there. Okay, but just know that it will happen next week. I'll get you a time by tomorrow night. I need to figure out. I'm just waiting on one response about something, and also I need to do something for my niece, which also. Update on my niece. She's graduating soon. She got accepted into multiple schools now. And she's now planning towards the future. So I'm actually very proud of her. It's actually been interesting being here because my brother has this like saying of it's hard to raise a teenager. And I'm like, it's not that hard. And I still hold by it that being like that raising a teenager is one of the easiest times. Because raising a small kid is hard. In the sense of like physically, you literally don't sleep for the first like three to 6 months, right? But for a teenager, you just need to like talk to them and listen to them. And guess what? She's getting a car soon. She's gonna like save up for her own car. And I'm like, yo, like nobody that I knew would save up for their own car. Everybody was just resigned to taking the bus or saving up to buy like games or like, you know, drugs. So I'm like, yo, congratulations. That's a very good choice. And she came up with it on her own. I know that was a weird segue from that last segment, but nothing wrong with wanting to be in your homie's room. There's nothing wrong with wanting to be in your homie's room hanging out. So yeah, I've been very busy, so I'll try to get used to like a time when that segment's going to happen. But I just need to do some things to help my niece because she needs help to figure out like, okay, what is a good car? How do you know what's a good car? So I'm passing on the learnings from like elder to youth. And then it's funny too because like I'm currently like I mean I've been surrogate father for so long that I'm kind of used to it, but like I'm gonna be real with you, I'm kind of happy that she's almost done because I'm like, oh man, like finally I can know I don't have to be surrogate father anymore. Nothing against my niece, but like if I wanted kids, she would have came out of my wife instead, okay, instead of my like brother's ex-wife. All right, like this is. I don't want to have anything to do with kids, okay? Like, I love her, but it's like, I really hate dealing with kids. Huh? You know what I mean. POV, right? The couple says, we're pregnant, and then the wife stares at the husband like, you don't have to deal with this shit. Anyways, that's just like, you know, jokes that like I think only parents would really get, like every parent that I talk to now. Which by the way is crazy because more people in my life are getting married, more people are having kids, and it's like it just keeps happening and happening. Come out of my wife and not my brother. No, not my brother's ex-wife. Come out of my wife and not out of my brother's ex-wife. Yeah, you would get it. You would get it. It's anyways, I have a lot of cool things for you all today. We're gonna be doing some of the classics, right? Again, the accountability circle was held on for too long. Sorry, but hopefully you got some extra time to work on the accountability circle. I didn't because it seems like it doesn't matter how much time I have or how much. It doesn't seem like it matters how long the deadline is. I never seem to have time. But also, it's like that saying, right? The work fills the time that you give it, or something. That theory of if you give somebody 3 weeks, they'll take exactly 3 weeks to do something. Or if you give somebody like, you know, two months, they'll take exactly 2 months to do something, even if it's the exact same thing, right? So it's like maybe it's that thing. But for me, I couldn't figure out what to do with it. So hopefully you've had a better time. Classic deadlines. We're gonna go do the accountability circle right now. I just need to find my Discord and open it. We're gonna move on now, and the reason why there's silence is because I have some music to show you. I was able to listen to an album while I was gone. Some people stay delusional until they die. So true. Some people do stay delusional until they die. That's so true. You'll never tell. What is the idea? What is the idea? No, we don't know what the idea is. They're not telling us. No. This song is a very good song. It's actually a song from the new Tame Impala album. It came out during October, and I listened to like parts of it during October, and I was like, this is a banger album. It's a very different style from I think Tame Impala's earlier albums. It's much more lyrical. It's much more varied in terms of its musical style. It's got a lot more, I think, presence in it that I think works out very, very well compared to how it was before, where it was like, very, I guess, plain, if that makes sense. So it's like, or like not plain, but it's like you could kind of tell that like the way that it was being played was like, I don't know, what's a good way of saying this? You could tell that the way that the music was going, it early on, it felt a lot like felt a lot like most electronic songs where it's just a single loop of something, which isn't bad or like not interesting. It's still fun to listen to. But like this album feels interesting to listen to. It's like it reminds me a lot of their earlier album, which is I need to remember the name. Sorry, again, I don't remember names. I think it was Borderline. No, The Slow Rush, where I was like, man, they're really trying to get into more interesting compositions and more interesting themes with the songs, right? And honestly, it kind of works out very, very well. And this song in particular, I was very surprised at how well it worked out, because I was like, actually, all of these songs, because I was thinking to myself, wow, these are, you wouldn't really expect it to work, especially with the subject matter that's sort of here, where it's like it's kind of like, it kind of feels like, frat kid who's like talking about like, oh yeah, like in like many different ways getting it, but it's like there's a lot of different topics being talked about here that like ranges from like simple to like pretty complex, and the way that the artist presents all these themes through the music and the ways that they play with the sounds, it's just so fun to me and so fascinating, while also still feeling like a Tame Impala song that makes me go like, oh yeah, I think they've really hit their stride here. So listen to a song, please enjoy My Old Ways by Tame Impala. It's the first song off of the album Deadbeats from them. And again, this whole album is amazing. I actually highly recommend you just sit down, listen to the entire album. Sorry, pin the song, because it's a bit of a treat. And though I think you should listen to it with like headphones, because it can get pretty loud. But it's I always love seeing like a new release from Tame Impala, because you never really know what to expect. You liked it, but your fave one was Piece of Heaven. Piece of Heaven is also really good, but I couldn't find a good way to like lead it into today's stream concepts. So the games we were playing today, I couldn't fit Piece of Heaven in here thematically. The ones that I fit in today were the first three songs, which fit in thematically. But Piece of Heaven, it was just like thematically, like once you see the games that we're playing today, then you'll realize why it didn't work. Anyways, please enjoy. I'll be right back too. Anyways, that was My Old Ways again. Everyone, sorry, I just wanted to. So the ending of the first song, I was like, wait, it sounds like it transitions really, really well into the Pink Fong version of Baby Shark. It's because something about that like exit, it was just sort of like the dead silence into that slow beat, and I was like, wait, it's like almost a perfect beat match to the intro of Baby Shark. I was like, wait, this is really good. That song is really good. So My Old Ways, I feel like there's like two really cool things about it. One, I've never heard someone say shan't so seriously and have it slide by you in a way that doesn't make you cringe. Like, it's like, because again, that line, right, when he says like, was it shan't be stopping, it's like, what are you, a pirate? Like it doesn't make any sense. There's no way that it should work to I say ego strumming shan't be stopping, and there's no way that you can slip that into a song without immediately devolving into like a shanty song. But it works, and it just keeps on going and going. Because it's the way that it's said, it's like musically it fits, and it just slips by you, because it feels almost like that like one segment of the song is like a giant stream of consciousness. Two, I really like the way that the song presents itself, because you could take any meaning from it, right? If you're addicted to sex, like it's like, oh fuck, like you can't stop having sex. If you're addicted to cheating on someone, then it's like, oh wait, like you can't stop cheating on someone. If you're addicted to like drugs, then you can't stop like doing drugs, right? But there's also other things too, where it's like back to your old ways again. Like it's as vast or as small as you want it to be, where it could be any series of things, right? It could be as simple as like you just going back into your old habits, which might not be bad, but also might not be necessarily good, right? Because, much in the same way that, like, at least the way that I took it for myself, I can get into my old ways where I just throw myself into an idea and so kind of like neglect other parts of my life, or even neglect people in my life, right? Because I'm sort of being selfish about things, right? But then it's like sort of that's where it's most fun for me, where I enjoy being free to like do whatever I want to do, to be selfish about my own life, to be completely selfish, and to just focus on the things that I used to do, right? Back on my old ways again. And but like it's a fascinating song because it's when you can apply it to so many different situations, it really makes you realize that like that the artist has gotten so much better at like making these songs with so much more meaning. Not to say that the songs before didn't have a meaning, but like to go from lonerism to this, there's been a very clear growth in the way that they've been able to express these ideas, right? And I think it works very, very well. And again, it's just the idea of going back to my old ways. There's even something like streaming, right? And sort of like the idea of me playing these songs here in this moment is I'm going back to my old ways. I'm just streaming again. I'm just hanging out. It's a very selfish thing to like do when it's like there could be other things I could be doing with my time, but that's just sort of the fun of it, right? And even just the idea of me just going away to do my own things for a bit. It's like I can just neglect this to do my own things. It's like it's because there's something in me that just makes me want to keep on going back to my old ways. And then that idea, that like struggle of trying to like almost allow yourself to forgive yourself, saying that you're only human. It's a very solid song, very, very solid song. And then the transition from the piano into the beat, that was just it's really, really good. Because at first you think to yourself, wow, it's very acoustic, it's very raw, it's very much. It feels a bit like the kind of stripping that you see from like not to the same level, I would say, but like definitely the same idea behind something like the Johnny Cash version of Hurt. But then it goes back into the old school Tame Impala style, which I think is beautiful for the meaning of the song, right? To go from that like stripped down acoustic sort of like held back version of the song to go back into the old Tame Impala song, the very classic Tame Impala sound, right? Into the main beat of the song. I was like, this is a very beautiful transition when you think about what the lyrics are like trying to say, right? And the way that it keeps on getting progressively stronger and stronger and stronger, because it's like it's like that feeling, that like desire, that temptation is building up within the artist to go back to like doing what they used to like do. Honestly, it's really, really good. We're gonna be doing some Peak right now. And there's a new update for Peak, actually. So the reason why we're doing it is because the map... I need to stop clearing my throat because it's going to hurt my throat. The map is available. It's guaranteed to show up for a certain amount of time. You are free to join the lobby. I'll do the same thing as last time, but I won't be able to hear you, so it's like it's just all sign language. You can hear me, but I can't hear you. And we're going to try to make our way through the Roots update, because this one actually seems cool. And again, it's crazy. I'll talk about it more, but... I can't believe they're still doing updates for this game. So fun when you stream this game with Sweet Destination. I actually asked her, so she's busy today because she's going out to eat with her mom. So I asked her if she wanted to, but she's a busy. Sadly, I guess she cares about her mom more than me. I will be right back. My voice is hurting, and it's time for me to go take a break. But we're not done yet, because there's actually more things that we're playing. One more game, actually. I don't know how long this one's going to take, but this one's more of a chill game to end off on. Again, today's a very normal day, so, it's a fun little game for us to play and check out. Hopefully you like this one, but before we do that, I'll BRB to a song, which is, again, another song from the album Deadbeats by Tame Impala. That album, surprisingly good, okay? I just kept listening to it, and I was like, this is a very fun album to listen to. And it's something about the sounds that I hear within the song that I just don't hear anywhere else. And I think you're going to really enjoy the sounds of this song. Thank you for the random peek game. No, thank you all for joining. I miss my wife. I did not expect Bing Bong to go, I miss my wife. It's like, what happened to her? This next song is really, really fun because when you hear the note, it's you'll understand why this video is going to be on screen as soon as I start the video. I'm trying to get the video to run. It's kind of a... I'm trying out this new thing that like lets it run in a certain way, so hopefully this like works. But there we go. Okay, perfect. And then if I do, perfect. Please enjoy "No Reply" by Tame Impala, which you're gonna hear this and you're gonna see you're gonna hear the note and it's gonna remind you of something. But I actually think the song is also very interesting too. It's crazy how that song plays right after Mild Ways, right? It's the inversion of Mild Ways, where it's like Mild Ways starts off very acoustic with the piano, and then goes into the beats to sort of say like he is Tame Impala again, like he couldn't stay away from the game. He's now back in it, and he's making his new album. And then this one goes in sort of the opposite way, where it's like talking about all these feelings and how strong they are, only to end up almost sort of like feeling quiet and not really hopeless, but distraught in some way. I can't really figure out the feeling of it, but it definitely isn't a happy feeling. It feels more like a solemn feeling of some kind, and it's the exact opposite of that first song. It's actually crazy how good the opening to the album is when you consider sort of what the album is trying to do. Where like the first 2 to 3 songs can basically stand on their own as a full album. Because when I think of an album, right, it's the way that an album can be an entire story being told sonically, and just the first 3 songs alone tells an entire story from start to finish. So it's very impressive. And then after that, you have like other like wild songs, like you have was it Piece of Heaven, Dracula, which is also really good from the album. But those ones feel like almost standalone, where they're like it feels like short stories. The first 3, which feel like those ones set up the core of the album, and I think the last song, where it's like an 11-minute song in it, just a really really strange and interesting album. Especially the way that like it's composed all together. Why are the sweets on the screen? Because you shared it, and so people have to see it, and it helped to break up the monotony of the space. Also, it's also because you may have heard something inside the song which was a little comical. Okay, the instruments of that song, the beginning instruments, sounds a lot like the original Stickbug meme, which I didn't know this. The Get Stickbugged meme came from a Roblox game called Bee Swarm Simulator. So this is the original song from the Stickbug. Do you hear that? It's like the exact same instrument that's being used in this real song. Like to me, that instrument sound feels like a meme instrument, and yet it sounds so good with a no reply. But it's the exact same. Just maybe like a slightly different pitch, but it works really well. And then for some reason, the meme song kind of slaps in its like a full version. Stickbug can't decide which candy to take. You're right? He's like bouncing back and forth, like, oh, do I go left? Do I go right? I have no clue. To think that this was the basis of a meme song. Like, what if this is like the DNA of this entire song? Is that he starts out making a normal song, and then he hears the Stickbug sound, Tame Impala, and then he's like, hey, that meme kind of funny. Because when was his last album? His last album was in 2020, and that meme really started to pick up in 2021. It all makes sense. In fact, if you don't know what the meme is, maybe I should show you, because I sound like I'm insane. This is the original meme, but I feel like the history is there. I feel like I feel like an archaeologist discovering real history. Look at it. And then you just listen to Tame Impala, right? So you go like this, and then you slowly fade in Tame Impala. It kind of works. What do you mean you're insane? Nobody hears it. I swear I hear it. I swear it's the exact same song. You know what? Maybe I am insane. Maybe all those mushrooms have been getting to my head. So you know what? Time for us to take a nice, relaxing trip and work a real job. But we're gonna work a real 9 to 5 today as the final game. If I can figure out where I saved it, please tell me that I saved it somewhere. Yes, I did. In a game all about making deliveries. Whoa, he's going insane. Give me a moment to set things up. I'm gonna go. Thank you everyone for joining me today. Sorry, I mean, hopefully you had fun. It was a fun day for me, so. There's actually one more song to play. It's actually the 3rd song from the album. This one's actually, this one is the Dracula song, which is the other song that I thought was really cool from the album. It's really crazy how these 3 songs feel like they're an entire album in and of themselves. Because like, I feel like a lot of albums, right, for songs, you have this idea of the main songs, you have this idea of the main themes of the songs, and you have this idea of like transition into a song that is just a series of songs that feel like extra bits on top of what's already there. Like it feels like these are the fun side songs that you listen to that's included on seemingly every single album has this, where they're just there, not even to fill the space, which I think is sort of is the word derogatory, but like they're there to give you something to like play with, I guess, as a listener, which I think is fun. But these three alone, it's crazy how good this album is from Tame Impala. It'd be like the first three alone seems to really set the pace of the entire album. Again, though, it's like we've already seen like a difference in the taste, where it's like some chapter members like Piece of Heaven. I find Piece of Heaven difficult to decode, where it's like, because again, too, with the album cover, it shows him with his kid, right? So it's like, on the one hand, Piece of Heaven is like, okay, well, it sounds like he's in somebody's room and like they're about to have sex. On the other hand, it's like Piece of Heaven, the way that he talks about it and with his level of like reverence feels a lot like he's like saying like, oh, this is such a nice peaceful place for like, for like you, my like precious one, you know what I mean? Maybe in the form of a child, and think it's weirdly sexual. Like, it's like, it's hard to decode some of the songs, but I think this is a really solid album. And again, I just like the complexity that they're moving towards, away from like the earlier simplicity. And it's just more of what made Currents so good, which I thought was a really... Is it called Currents? I keep forgetting the name of their last album. I think it was Currents. No, the Slow Rush, sorry. More of what made the Slow Rush so good, which is just that extra bit more. Although I will say Currents is still my favorite of his. Anyways, please enjoy. When the music is done, I'll be gone. And I really wish that the song came out during Halloween or like during that time, which it did, but I didn't have the time to listen to it. But if I did, it would have been a fun song to play during Halloween. It's a disgustingly good song. It has all the elements that make the artist so interesting to listen to, right? Just this sort of like understanding of what is fun to listen to. You can hear like bits and pieces of like stuff from Currents and stuff from Lonerism in it, right? Those like very, very long, heavy, extended guitar, I forget the word, like the chords, riffs. But then it's everything so far within the album. And really, for a lot of the album, a lot of it feels like attempts at dance songs, which is interesting. But like dance songs are not just dancing songs. It's like dancing songs that also say something. It's weird. It's weird how it feels like a mix of something that you would see within like a dance battle, but also being a song that you could sit down and listen to, right? Not just lyrically, but also like musically. There's a lot of like variations in there that sort of take you for a loop and then make you go, oh, that's interesting. But it's never sudden. It's never like unexpected. It's just nice, and you can sort of like see how you get to that point, and it's like a nice switch up, and it's very cool. It's a very interesting sort of whole album. And again, the whole album is just it's fairly long. I think it's like what, 14 songs. I always love listening to new albums from people, because it's especially people who have been in the game for a long time. You get to see like this weird evolution of the music, where it's like you might like one portion of them and they might change up their style, but it's fascinating to see how someone changes over time and expressing that through music, because you see it in other forms, right? In basically every art form, you get to see how someone expresses themselves, and you can see their change over time. Art is probably the most understandable, where it's like, I think, there's what's his name? Was it Van Gogh? The one where his paintings got like really strange as he got later and later within life, where they became super abstract and just sort of like very vague. I think he was the one. And it's just cool to see that sort of like change in perspective as you get older, to focus on what you feel like is the most important thing, and then just to see the progression of life. So yeah, though again, it's fascinating to me that the entire album really does feel like club songs. It's just sort of an odd feeling. Not really the most exciting thing, but still good. Tomorrow, I'll be back. Probably at the same time. I've actually got some other things to do as well. New things and old things, and we won't finish this. We'll try and finish this game. I think we'll finish this game first, then we'll go into some other stuff after. Or maybe we'll do the new stuff beforehand. I have no clue. Thank you all for showing up. Have a great day. I'm gonna sleep. I'm tired. I'm gonna eat and stuff, and I'm gonna go and live my life. Please put in your goals for the next accountability circle. So the next accountability circle will be next Friday. So you get one extra day. With this one extra day, you should be doing. You should feel lucky that you get one extra day. As well, we will finish the games that we started last time during the Spooktober stuff. We'll be going back and finishing games mostly, and starting some new ones that I found. But for the most part, just finishing games, because I wanted to finish these things and really dive deep into them. Just to finally clear my board, basically. Because again, between this and preparing things for the Christmas stuff, and then preparing like, I don't know, like other things too, it's gonna be tough. But that's what life is about. It's about trying and always trying and spreading yourself as thin as you can to see how far you can go, and then giving up when it gets too hard.